Thanks, Rita. Yeah, well, just picking up on that, it is unfortunately true that every time you post on social media about violence against women, a trail of men invariably come in and say, what about men? What about men? What about violence against men? And it's really inspiring. I've been very inspired by Tom since the tragedy of what happened to his wife. And I think it's very important that there are men speaking out about violence against women. Just to give you some startling statistics, there's more women aged between 15 and 44 killed by violence against them than by cancer, malaria or wars combined actually. 1 in 3 women on the planet will have experienced some sort of abuse in their lifetime, being beaten, coerced into sex or otherwise abused. And in Ireland, we are no different. There have been 209 Irish women murdered since 1996, and in the last couple of months alone, unfortunately, those figures have been added to, and in very high-profile cases. So why don't the tabloids scream about this in the same way they do about gangland murders? Because actually more women are being killed and more people are being killed in this way than by gangland crime. And you don't see the ongoing coverage of it. It's usually a day or two in the news. And I think that there should be a national discourse about violence against women. There should be emergency debates in Parliament, you would think, given these figures. And there should be just a huge challenge to this unfortunately growing sexism and rape culture, because the statistics show that actually it seems to be a growing trend among young women. 1 in 4 teenagers in the UK have reported violence from boyfriends. And we see it, I think, in our own culture. A lot of younger women are speaking out now about street harassment, you know, walking home from the city centre to their bus, and you know, the number of incidents that are taking place. I think there's a number of issues this brings out. Why is the government targeting services against women? And I'd have to say, in my own experience as well, as somebody who's worked a lot on the housing crisis, this is making it extremely difficult for women to leave violent situations because there's simply nowhere for them to go. And a lot of women are made homeless by violence, actually 1 in 4. Obviously it's growing now that it isn't solely due to violence, but I think we have to begin to challenge the sexist rape culture. And I think it is structural. I think it's embedded, as Tom has said. It might seem quite trivial, but I noticed on the toy show, I mean, the gender stereotyping, all the boys had robots, gadgets, and it was like a throwback to the 50s. And I do think it does fit in with a culture which subordinates women and which, you know, teaches boys to be aggressive and so on. And tonight's meeting, obviously we'll have a discussion in a bit more depth on these issues, and that's the purpose of the meeting, is to allow people to elaborate on these themes and to ask questions and raise issues. And I think it will be a really well attended meeting, and I thank Tom for his time.